Almost ready for game time at Rogers Center as the roof is shut to keep us nice and warm. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Blue Jays baseball, and it comes your way next. Francisco Liriano starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of the series. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's really had a tough time his last 3 outings. ERA over 9. That's basically giving up a run an inning. He just has really struggled and not been able to figure it out. They're giving him the ball, though, and anytime you get the ball, you got a chance to turn it around. We'll see if today's the day he turns it around.
Harold Reynolds, we look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. They come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, man, I mean, this is a big game. Nobody likes to get swept in a series. Losing the first 2 games kind of put their backs against the wall. We'll see how they respond as they try to get 1 win in this place as they get ready to get out of here.
With that, let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Yeah, Matt, I cannot wait to get a look at Josh Donaldson, the bringer of rain. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games, so he's got to be oozing with confidence right now. He's the guy in that lineup that these pitchers have to hold down if they're going to even try to be successful.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Kevin Pillar becomes out number 2 this inning. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. And a curveball taken for strike 2.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with
a swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Here comes the right fielder, Jose Bautista. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Here's Kendrys Morales. So we check out how he did in August versus how he's finishing off the season down the stretch here in September. Fastball, then this one runs in on him as he has to dance out of danger there. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. And that's over. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time.
You know, we'll see him work both sides of the plate with his curveball. Maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around the zone to give it a different look.
So it was a strikeout swinging. Kendrys Morales goes down for the second out in the bottom half. Steve Pearce is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone.
Leading off with a J.
Into the windup and the pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Here's the 1-0 offering now to Tulowitzki.
Here we go now.
Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Now a foul tip that's held onto at the plate, and the count moves to 1-2 now.
Well, that looked like a hittable pitch, Matt, in a hittable location, but to a good hitter. You just don't see him miss many pitches like that.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Troy Tulowitzki is sent packing to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. And there's a swing and a miss by Martin as he falls behind now, 0-2.
Obviously not where he wanted that curveball to end up, but I guess it fooled him enough to get the swing and miss.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Russell Martin becomes out number 2 this inning. Into the box now, Melvin Upton Jr. He is, of course, a guy to be wary of if he gets on base. His stolen base total leads the ball club. Swings through the slider there. That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Kane on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Jays go down. And that'll bring up the speedy Devin Travis. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. And he hung a curveball that time, and it stayed up around the letters. Ball 2.
Really high curveball right there. Struggling with the release point. That's the key to the curveball, figuring out and finding that release point.
Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Soler has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. Striding in once again, Kevin Pillar comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And this is fouled into the seats over from first. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Slow grounder to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he just misses with a curveball. Donaldson awaiting the 1-0. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Well, he clearly read the scouting report. This guy's been sizzling hot, and look at how careful he's been pitching him.
And Dan, that's a pretty good example of, and we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Now in the box, Jose Bautista. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
On to first is Escobar, 1 away. Ready for another chance? Kendrys Morales. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch, and he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Steve Pearce comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Right there for strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Here's Troy Tulowitzki now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he takes ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Takes a high fastball for a strike. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Way out in front. Here comes the payoff pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game. And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both the southpaw and a right-hander get loose. Russell Martin comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And this is a fastball that's right on the black but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
Well, here we go. Right now, fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game. Here's Melvin Upton Jr. now. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Here's a curveball that runs outside. It's ball 1.
And we got 2.
And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. And this is fouled back and out of play. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown as he's now gone through. Digging in to try it again. Devin Travis. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And that's waved at and missed for strike one. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And despite the great effort, no throw from the second baseman, and that ought to be an infield single. Now here comes Kansas City manager Ned Yost making that slow walk to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter.
Wow, that game flew by, but that's what happens when you get a well-pitched one-run game. Both hurlers battled, and it's almost a shame somebody had to lose this one.
And that one run held up tonight, 1-0 the final. The Kansas City Royals win this one despite banging out only 2 hits. Number 41 earns his 6th winning decision in this one, permitting only 1 hit in 6 complete innings. Kelvin Herrera closes the door for the save, his 40th of the season. So that'll just about do it. For Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This